I understand the fight is over a month away. UFC 319, Dricus Du Plessis versus Khamzat Chimaev. But, like, lately it's been getting to me, like, that it's kind of obvious that this fight is ending in one round. There's a 99% chance, guys, that Khamzat Chimaev will go in there and destroy Dricus Du Plessis in one round. And I know, like, other people think this, And as a Dricus fan, this feels like, I don't like saying this. Like, I'm a big fan of Dricus. I'm a big fan of Khamzat. I like both fighters. Anyone who's been following my channel should know this. It's just that when I look at their grappling, guys, because let's be real, they're going to grapple in the first round. Let's be real. Like, we know it's going to happen in the first round a little bit. Khamzat come shoot, be aggressive, be handsome, be strong. This is what's going to happen. My thing about this is that, one, Khamzat Chimaev is abnormally good, like the best grappler I personally have ever seen in my life, not even just MMA in my life. Sometimes I like tap into Olympic wrestling, looking and I watch some stuff, but I've never seen anyone with a better understanding of like trips, body transfer, getting hooks in, speed of the shot. I personally haven't seen it. I have seen Khamzat roll with Olympic medalists, and he's really good. He's actually beaten them, but then again, there's a wall there. MMA, of course, has a wall. Olympic wrestling doesn't. But the point is, I've seen Khamzat go against these great grapplers, and for some reason, he always looks like Khamzat Chimaev. He always just looks like he's a step ahead of everyone's in there with. Now, Dricus Du Plessis being a pretty poor grappler is concerning to this. But first, let's talk about Khamzat's great offensive wrestling. I'm not even going to bring up Dricus until we finish this glaze session, guys. I want you guys to watch this video. This video with Jack Hermanson, who's a really good grappler. People might not know this. Jack Hermanson is an amazing grappler and a really good wrestler. And I just want to show you guys how easy Khamzat makes some of these exchanges look, because it's very abnormal to the human eye if you're not used to seeing someone that's good. First of all, in a lot of these wrestling matches, grappling matches, you'll see with people, they're very hesitant because they have to like take time to read their opponent. Khamzat has like a weird, I don't want to say ego, he has like a confidence about himself that he almost understands he's better than 99% of the population in the world. Just watch what he does to Jack Hermanson immediately at the start of this grappling match. Kind of like what he does in all his fights. He goes in there and just attacks. Watch this. They hug. Immediately. And what was so, like, there's so much beautiful things going on. Here, let me move my camera to the right so you guys can have a better seeing what, like, he's doing with his legs. Look how Khamzat goes in there and he ties it. Look how he ties up his leg under. First of all, what a beautiful trip. Like, some of these trips when I watch Khamzat do it, it's like a first for me. Look how he ties in his leg, gets control of his calf, then uses his weight against him and pulls him backwards. And how he elevates the leg while he's doing that. This is just tier 1 grappling while he still has control of that leg. Look at that leg still hooked. Brother, this guy, he's such a different level of grappling and wrestling that you have to like behold it. And it's almost very surprising. Now at this point, he's so smothering on top. Hermanson's doing great, doing everything right, getting to his hip. But look at the control of Khamzat. Look at the control of Khamzat. Look at him just muscling him. This is just amazing grappling from Khamzat Chimaev, guys. And there's even a specific part of the video I want to show you guys too, because this was even more beautiful, guys. Look at this. They're back in this position, clinching up with each other. Then look at Khamzat use the way he uses these sweeps is just beautiful. Look how he uses this trip again. Just like we seen the first time. His understanding of like how to use his legs to score some of these sweeps and takedowns. He should have lost this exchange, but let me tell you guys why he won it. He stuffs that by Hermanson. Look at Khamzat's trying to get again, but look at this. Now, if you look at this position, you'll know that Jack Hermanson is actually in a winning position. Jack Hermanson has his leg hooked. All he has to do now is pull Khamzat to this side. If he uses his upper body and pull Khamzat to this side, Khamzat is going to lose it. But look how Khamzat adjusts, because he realizes this. Look at his face. Look at Khamzat's face. He realizes, fuck, I'm going to lose this exchange. I'm going to get dropped. Look at Hermanson. All you just got to do is rotate his body completely. He's going to land this. But watch how Khamzat uses his upper body here. He single-handedly used his upper body. Like I said, body transfer, knowing how to transfer your weight in sequences. Khamzat used his upper body to win this exchange because he was losing it. He tried a predictable leg tie. Hermanson seen it coming. You can even see Hermanson have a little smirk on his face. that damn smirk. He was like, I got this guy one, man. Yeah. And then he goes in and tries to trip him, but Khamzat still, for some reason, uses his upper body, elevates that leg again, and he ends up on top. This is stuff like I'm pointing stuff like this out to show you guys like Khamzat Chimaev's not just one of these shoot merchants. It's not like he's just getting lucky off these shots. When he's clinched up with you, he has a really good understanding what to do with his legs, his body weight, his upper body. Everything about Khamzat is very calculated and smart. I want you guys to know that. And in contrast, there's Dricus Du Plessis. Now, there's a certain clip that people know about Dricus Du Plessis when he's in like these clinch situations, when he's clinched up and locked up with people. Specifically against defensive Brad Tavares. I know everyone remembers this when he tries the lateral drop. I'm going to play the clip for you guys.
And trying to get the takedown. And he gets
my goodness. He tried a lateral drop.
Big mistake. Huge mistake.
Yeah, it's just like a bad look. It shows that Dricus is very green to, like, when he's tied up with someone, you either understand what to do or you don't. He just has a bad understanding about what to do with himself as well as how to react based on his opponent's positioning. Whereas I look at Khamzat and he's quite literally the opposite. He's very smart. He's very calculated in these aspects. What I've noticed from Dricus Du Plessis, guys, is that a lot of his wrestling comes from brute strength. Like, the takedowns we see him score in the UFC, like the one he scored against Robert Whittaker, guys, it was kind of brute strength. We don't see headlock throws like that unless you're watching WMMA, because it just doesn't work against wrestlers. Like, even if you're not even a crazy high wrestler, you should have a good understanding of how to not get fucking head and arm thrown, fucking getting a headlock throw. Are you kidding me, bro? Are you kidding me? Whittaker was just out of position to defend him, but it's just like a lot of Dricus wrestling is very overrated, guys. He's so bad at wrestling. Like, first of all, like, guys, by the way, this is a fun fact that I found out today. Every single person who's tried to take down Dricus has scored except for Adesanya. Now, Adesanya didn't actually try to take him down. I don't know why they counted that as an attempted takedown. Adesanya like wizarded him or something like that, and then like Dricus face planted. That wasn't a takedown attempt, UFC. That was a defensive wrestling move by Adesanya. But you know, everyone technically who's tried to take down Dricus has succeeded. Yeah, even Darren Till. This guy's wrestling's not good. If you guys actually look at the Brunson fight, like Brunson, who's an All-American wrestler, which is great. All-American's great. He was bullying him. Like, he was like I said, when it comes to like knowing what to do with their body, Dricus is like, he's very bad at this. His wrestling's very based off like, I'm just stronger than you and I'm a brute strength you. But going against there with someone like Khamzat who's fucking strong, that's not gonna work. Like, you can't just brute strength Khamzat. You have no actual understanding of how to move your body against someone to the caliber of Khamzat Chimaev, which is letting me know this fight's gonna be very quick. It's gonna be very fast. And against Darren Till, I don't know if you guys remember this. Dricus Du Plessis had a controlling position. He had his back. He gets out scrambled by Darren Till. Then Darren Till, as he's out scrambling him, finds Dricus' neck and almost puts him in a Darce choke or a guillotine or some type. And yes, Dricus was able to roll out of that with a Darren Till, who's nowhere near as experienced as a Khamzat Chimaev. You guys, like, if anyone thinks this fight's close, I don't really know how to talk you. Like, I don't really know what to say to you, because like, it's like I get it. I like Dricus too. You know, if I pick Dricus, by the way, it's just because I like him. I'm just like I don't know if my pick's gonna be. I know my pick's Khamzat right now, but in a month later, if I switch it to Dricus, just because I like him, and I know it is. So I'm saying it in this video in case I do something stupid, but I don't think I'm gonna switch my pick, because realizing something that's this is like, it's just like, dude, this guy is getting out scrambled by the likes of Darren Till, and you're gonna go in there with someone like Khamzat Chimaev, and you think you have a chance. It's almost like embarrassing, dude. It's almost like I usually scratch my head like that, but it got me doing this shit. I don't get it, brother. I don't understand the physics. What is it? How? What width? And how often do you trim it? Wow. All right, I don't know what I'm doing. But my point being said, guys, is Dricus is so poor in his wrestling. In contrast, Khamzat is so perfect in his wrestling. Now, I want to point out something about Khamzat Chimaev's shots in fights. First of all, let's talk about the Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman did everything right when Khamzat attempted a takedown. He immediately stuffs it. He pushes his hip into Khamzat's shoulder. Even when Khamzat was able to score that little trip, Usman did a good job getting back up and fighting the hands and getting to the fence and using the fence to help him out. But it's Khamzat's persistence, then his ability to hook in a leg very quickly or hook in some kind of body lock really quickly that gets him into these controlling positions. Usman being one of the best defensive wrestlers in UFC history, going in there, doing everything right and still getting taken down. And we know Usman's a very strong guy, but even at 185, even stronger than usual. And Khamzat's still able to do that. It just lets me know that someone like Dricus, who's nowhere near the defensive takedown capabilities of Usman's going to get smothered. Now, for the Whittaker fight, let's just get this straight. The shot on Whittaker was a horrible shot as far as like throwing something behind or something. He kind of just put his arm out and then fucking shot. Like that was he shot from halfway, he shot from halfway across the octagon too, by the way. But it's the speed of the shot and the strength when he gets a hold of you. Because even though the shot was so poor, it was so fast that he was able to already get his hands locked around Whitaker's waist by the time the shot was already shot, because Whitaker just didn't see it coming. And then the way he was tripping him, then like I said, he gets the hook in, he gets a single leg hook in, and at that point it's fucking downhill for Robert Whitaker, who really kept his distance well, did everything right in that sense. But once Khamzat shot, it was a little bit too quick for Robert Whitaker to keep up with. It just lets me believe that even when Khamzat's making mistakes in his grappling, he's so good that when he gets a hold of you, it's almost like the beginning of the end. And Whitaker wasn't able to defend the chokes like Usman was. And Usman was in a really bad position at a point. The reason he saved himself was like he got up and just smashed himself down, and that just disrupted the rhythm. Dricus Du Plessis is not as good as either of these guys, Whitaker or Usman, in defensive grappling, defensive wrestling. Dricus Du Plessis is grappling is very concerning, whereas I look at Khamzat and his grappling is very amazing, to the point I just really don't see Dricus having a chance to leave that first round. And I know the big thing is if he leaves the first round, I think this could happen. Khamzat being able to take down Usman all 3 rounds. Usman has great endurance, better endurance than Dricus. Usman's endurance is a lot more consistent. I call Dricus' endurance on and off because even though he has good endurance, like he keeps fighting, he's always huffing and puffing. He takes time, so he pauses in a sequence. He's not consistent endurance and cardio like a Merab or a Usman or a Volk. He's a little bit like, okay, I'm tired, let me take rest for 2 minutes, then let me blitz into a 1-2. That's Dricus' endurance. Very different. Very different. So, yeah, I could see, I could say, like I could even say I could see him even beating him if it goes longer, but I'd be a liar if I said I see this fight going past 1 round, past 3 minutes even. I would literally just be lying to you. There's a significant gap in skill, and I hope you guys can acknowledge that no matter who you're picking. Like if you're picking Dricus and you're in my comment section talking about, guys, I don't know, man, I just think Dricus Du Plessis is the better wrestler than Khamzat. I know you're not very intelligent, so I could just tell you're just picking off of just what you want to happen. And if that's the case, bro, like I can't stop you from picking him. Pick him. Probably don't put money on him, but pick him. It just won't end well for you if you're going in with the consensus that Dricus is the better grappler and the better wrestler, because it's not even close. I don't even think it's particularly close, and I want you guys to understand this. I want you guys to know this, so going into the fight, you can have a better understanding of who to pick, because Khamzat Chimaev is better than everyone in grappling, but it just so happens to be his next opponent, Dricus Du Plessis, is going to be the easiest person to take down. Easiest person to out-scramble, easiest person to secure a submission on than anyone Khamzat Chimaev has ever went against. I think even fucking someone like Kevin Holland is better defensively than Dricus Du Plessis in the grappling. He knows how to roll. He can threaten with BJJ better. Like I think Khamzat can make it look easier than he looked in Kevin Holland. Did a Kevin Holland fight look easy? Yes. Was Kevin Holland rolling and making it a lot more harder for Khamzat Chimaev, even though Khamzat was so much superior than him? Of course. Do I think Dricus has the ability to roll and out-scramble him? Not even close. Getting out-scrambled by Darren Till and almost getting submitted by Darren Till is telling me like a lot what I need to know. And people are going to be like, he got better since then. No, since then he got wizard and face planted by Israel Adesanya, who I'm not saying is a bad grappler, but if you're trying to compare Adesanya's grappling to Khamzat, I think you're a little bit goofy, like Robert Whitaker taking him down with ease. Like he's just not really good at grappling, and I hope you guys can understand this. When I say not good at grappling, he's good at grappling. If you put him in a grappling, like I've seen his grappling matches, he's strong physically and he can secure submissions, but in an MMA octagon, from what we've seen of Dricus Du Plessis, he's not concerning enough to be a threat to Khamzat Chimaev, especially in the grappling, especially in the first round. Khamzat can shoot whatever shot he wants. It doesn't have to be a great shot. And Dricus shouldn't even shoot at him. Like Dricus trying to shoot against Derek Brunson, when Derek Brunson was like kind of pressing on him, and then he just Brunson runs over him. It's like even his defensive wrestling is not good. Like it's just like it's a one-sided fight. As far as grappling's concerned, of course, the feet, I could be like, oh, but in the feet, Dricus has a crazy advantage. But I'll be lying if I said that too, because I look at his striking, it's just not that pretty. And someone like Khamzat actually technically is a lot better of a striker than Dricus Du Plessis. That being said, guys, I have no reason to believe this fight does go past the first round. And if it does, it's a miracle. Like that going past the first round is like Charles getting past Ilya the first round. Is it possible? Sure. Is it probably a miracle? Yes. This is my opinion. But let me know what you guys think down below. I'm sure there's going to be some Dricus fans saying, nah, Kenny, Dricus is the better grappler, dude. You don't know what you're talking about, man. You can say that, brother. You can have that opinion, but, we'll talk in a month, a little bit, a month, couple days. We'll talk. Maybe your opinion changed and you say, oh, maybe I was just overestimating. But this fight's not close. This is what I think. Hope you enjoyed, and God bless. 2, 3.